Another good day. Tough day though for the young guys. It's been a stressful week. It's their, you're a freshman. You're coming into college. It's finals week. You got papers due. They were finishing up their finals today. 3 days of football practice. Very limited sleep. They get out of here at 10:15, 10:30. They're back in meetings 8 hours later. So you could see that it caught up to the young guys, but they pushed through it. So. It's good now that we can get into our normal routine, that they finish their papers, they finish finals, and we can get into a true training camp routine. So I'm excited about that. So, but 3 good days of work. I'm excited about our progress.
Just caught up to that with like attention span type stuff.
Well, can you imagine, you're a freshman, you've never been in college before, it's your first time you've ever had finals, it's the first time you've ever had to come out on a football field and compete with these guys that have been doing it for a while. So I think mentally, it's tough. It's fatiguing to them. You just see it catch up. But they pushed. I was proud of the way they pushed through it, and they'll be a lot better going forward. So, but it'll be nice to get into a normal training camp routine.
What have been your initial impressions of Sonny out here?
I haven't watched him in particular. I kind of watch everything, but I tell you what, I love his personality, his energy, the way he's come in and ingratiated himself to the team and his teammates, and he's fun to be around. He's big, he's a hard worker. He tries to do it right all the time. He shows great leadership qualities. The other guys, I think, really respect him. He's a 24-year-old that's been, he's had some life experience that others haven't, and I think it's all very, very positive. He's just got some learning to do. He didn't have the chance to go through spring with us, so in terms of all the learning stuff, he's a little behind, but boy, he's a worker. He's just an amazing kid. Or he's not a kid, he's an amazing man.
Bolu seems like he's thinned down and has a nice burst to him.
Bolu's he's about the same weight, but he's transformed it.
Okay.
So he does look leaner. And he's running well, and he is running with burst. You see it. You see the burst out of Nate Starks. You see the burst out of Brandon Stevens. Soso's back was a little tight on him today, so we held him out. And then Jalen Starks had a family emergency, so he wasn't here. So Bolu and those guys got a lot of work. But Bolu's been impressive.
The offense. I know you're not really showing anything, but it just seems more fun and creative and more.
We're showing a lot. It is.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot of wrinkles. A lot of use of different personnel groups and cadence and tempos and formations and movements, and I think the players are enjoying learning it and then coming out here and applying it. And we're early in the learning process still, so it's not going to be perfect all the time, but you see some really great things. And I think when you play offense like that and you engage as many players as we're trying to engage and involve, then I think it's a real positive.
You see like Josh and guys just kind of enthusiasm, excitement, the guys who've been here a while and seeing this new offense and just really kind of buying in.
You asked me a question the other night about the player run practices, and I hadn't really thought of it, and then I thought about it after you asked me, and then watching the practices, and I think that those 25 practices made a real impact. And I think in terms of what you're saying, like buying in, because during those 25 practices, coaches are not allowed on the field at all. You can't really give them scripts. They can use scripts from spring ball, practice plans from spring ball, but you can't create a practice for them. So they really have to go out and own it. And I think that has really paid off these first 3 days. They seem further ahead. They seem less inclined to, not ask questions, but defer. They're taking more ownership of it. And I think that's a good thing for us in the long run.
I think yesterday Coach Bradley talked about players kind of taking ownership on defense as well now that they know the system. How have you seen the defense kind of progress more heading into the third year?
They know what they're doing, and so it now kind of gives them more opportunities to really hone in on the finer details of the defense, and then also expand their knowledge of, you know, how offenses are going to try to attack things, or attack different defensive schemes, or where the weaknesses are and the strengths, and they know those things, but now it's more second nature. And I think when that happens, then you can play faster. So I see a really fast defense right now. I think that's a function of guys that are fast and athletic, and they know what they're doing, so they can play faster and with more confidence.
I think last year you talked about wanting guys to really beef up and get a little bit stronger, add a little more mass. Was there a similar kind of off-season idea about what you guys wanted to accomplish in the weight room?
Well, I mean, our objective is, it never changes. It's always to be the most fit, strong, fast, flexible team that has the right, you know, combination of body mass. We have a bod pod that we use that you know, measures their lean muscle mass and their fat, you know, fat content, whatever percentage of body fat, you know, all that. So every position's different. You know, there's different parameters for every position in terms of what you're looking for in terms of lean muscle mass as compared to fat, as compared to, you know, size, flexibility. So I mean, your emphasis never changed, and that's to be the, you know, the biggest, fastest, strongest, most flexible, fit team that you can be.
Well, there are just a couple guys that really jumped out at me as like looking really lean or strong, like Matt Dickerson. Kind of jumped out at me. Bolu was one of them as well. And
Matt's always looked like that. Man, since the day Matt walked on campus, he's looked like that. I mean, he's just, you know, he works hard at it, but he's blessed with, you know, that type of metabolism and body structure that stands out. Bolu, you know, he's worked hard to lose some, I guess you could call it baby fat or whatever, and he's really, you know, like then he's really leaned out, and but he's not lost weight. He's probably gained a little weight. You know, his lean muscle mass has increased.
I know it's only been 3 fall practices, but how have you seen Darnay Holmes improve since spring? What has he improved in?
He knows the scheme much better, obviously. He has more confidence because of that. He comes in here tremendously talented and with outstanding technique already, but you've seen him improve that as well.
thank you.
Okay.